relatively less number of people here today? Is it, what is, I know that ACC is having meetings in Pune. Is that why? That means we have the largest number of department people is ACC. Are you hearing me? Are you listening to me? Well, yeah, sitting is fine, but I still don't see the large. The noisy ones are not here. All right. But interestingly, the SMT, everybody is here. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Where is Sonali? Sonali? There are 3 Sonalis here. Who is saying shut up from there? All right. So welcome everybody. I will. I have few points since we met last time. The governing council or the board of this organization met, and also the subcommittees that we've had. And we, as a board, we meet at least 4 times a year, once a quarter, sometimes 5 times a year. So this was the in this financial year, fiscal year, this is the second time that we met as a board. So the most important discussions this time was, of course, apart from reviewing the previous quarter, we also talked a lot about child safeguarding, which has become extremely important. You know about child safeguarding. How many of you do not know what child safeguarding is? How many of you have not signed up to child safeguarding when you joined? How many of you do not know? Put your hand up. Everybody knows about child. Then I'm going to ask people what is child safeguarding all about. Well, that's fantastic. Somebody is doing a good job of induction. However, even after we tell all our people, that is around 300 and more, close to 400 people, plus whoever is working with us, plus our partners, plus our partner staff across, that would be close to about, I guess, around 3,000 people would have we would have talked about child safeguarding. However, we don't hear any complaint coming from any part of the country raised by children or adults about their safety has been compromised or that they have been violated in some way or the other. Why do you think? And also we have also got this, is it called POCSO? Prevention of Child Sexual Offenses. But we don't hear about them. We keep saying we are the #1 children's rights organization in this country. Why is that there are not too many complaints? Well, that means the children must be safe. But our own report, which we brought out along with UNICEF and Ministry of Women and Child, say that about there is about 60% or more physical abuse and some 30% sexual abuse that happens to children. But why is there no complaint? I would like to hear you out. Please talk out. This is a two-way communication. Anybody, any idea? Why is that we don't hear, despite the fact that there are strong laws in the country, as well as very strong child safeguarding mechanisms that we have put in place, as well as awareness efforts. When you join, then there are refreshers that happen, etc. That silence is ominous. Anybody from programs? Because you are the guys who deal with partners and you are with people all the time. Otherwise, I'm going to ask people. Where is either of the dadas here?
Yeah. One is here.
Shantanu? Why Shantanu? Where is Manav?
Upstairs on the call.
Okay, Shantanu, why is that we don't have too many complaints?
Okay, there are multiple reasons.
Good.
The fundamental reason is that we have not been able to make children aware about these issues. So even the things are continued happening, multiple reports, surveys are saying so. So children are not aware if these are the things, if it happens with them, they are supposed to report in that way. So that we always say that creating an enabling environment for that. So that's the primary role of Save the Children and our programs and our partners. So probably we need to invest more on that to create that enabling environment. A. B. Suddenly, so far we have not. It may so happen. Even the issues are coming up, we need to push them a little bit more and probe that if that is happening, and we need to bring it closer to that issue. So that's also we need to create a monitoring mechanism on that. And the third thing is that if as part of the prevailing norms, cultures in the country, which doesn't allow the children to come up and raise their voice in what has happened to them. So these are the things anyone can add.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other reason? Those are all interesting reasons. One thing is, I strongly agree, the cultural reasons of, and many times children are abused in families by very close family people, family members. They don't go out against them. That is also there.
I don't know. I mean, it may be a very generalized statement.
Sure.
But it's very important to probe before saying it. But what I personally feel is maybe children or communities, they lack trust that the complaints that they give will be resolved on a timely basis, and their voices will be really heard in a non-judgmental manner with
Okay.
dignified.
That's a good point. I mean, our own police stations, if somebody goes with a complaint, they would rather not go to the police station again, especially not only children, even women with complaints. They are afraid to go to the police station because they don't know what to expect from there. So what Dada was talking about, the enabling environment for children to come out. I think that is something which we should be working on as well. But the board has given and underscored the importance of child safeguarding in everything that we do. So everybody, in terms of, as far as we are concerned, all our staff members should be adhering to it as well as know what it is. And if they ever come across such violations, they should be able to help the children as well as report it. That is important. And let me also tell you, the board members also have to sign it as anybody who is associated with Save the Children will have to do that. So that was one important discussion that we had, and also this is also at a global level. This is significant, and the board has mandated that every board meeting, globally as well as in India, we hear a report on what we have done on child safeguarding, whether there have been complaints, how it has been attended to, etc., on a quarterly or on a board meeting basis.
Thomas,
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was trying to ask this question. Glad that you initiated the entire TWT on this. Many a times we ask children to come and attend our programs during weekdays, which is a day when they have to go to school. And many a times we make children travel inter-district and interstate. So one is we are denying the right to education, which I feel should not be there. Secondly, are these children insured? So if they're not insured, then we are violating, we are not safeguarding the right.
All right, good point. I haven't thought about it, but maybe somebody should think about it. Child protection is Prabhat here.
No, Prabhat's on leave.
Okay, maybe you should think about what.
Yeah, I mean, I think on the school point, we do try and, at least I know that the program people, they try and see that the event is after school. I know we violate that all the time. I think insurance is something we haven't thought about. Probably we should.
Okay.
But can I just say, in this forum, you guys are the ones who arrange these things.
Yeah.
So please don't take children out of school to go to events.
Yes.
I think change starts with us as well as with the states who are watching this later. So I think it's a very good point.
All right. Then we also discussed.
There's one other question from Meghna.
All right, Meghna.
Yeah, so one, I raised a complaint about child safeguarding within the system, but there was no addressing of that particular problem. So now, how do we ensure that there is accountability within the system, that if we raise a complaint, we are assured that it will be addressed?
Well, it should be addressed. As far as India is concerned, as the operating management,
Within us, within state children.
I'm talking about the buck stops with me. If somebody didn't resolve it, you should raise it to me. If the line doesn't work, it is for me at the end of the day to be accountable and to be responsible for that. Please do raise it to me if such complaints are not attended to by whatever mechanism we have put in place. It is for me to take immediate action, especially if it is child safeguard. Yeah.
I have a complete contradicting example. I raised a issue and it was immediately resolved.
Okay. So maybe they like you.
No, it was the person whom I read. She took it up and she resolved it.
Good. Okay, so it's just a one-off example. Maybe both are one-off examples, but it has to work consistently. So if it doesn't work, and if you think that some of our policies are not happening and you're not being listened to, I'm there. If I don't listen to you, my board is there. But sometimes people like to go straight to her housing. That also happens once in a while. Well, that doesn't matter. But we should raise it. We should raise it through the appropriate channels, appropriate levels. If it doesn't work, please do reach out to me. Okay. And the other thing we discussed at the board was, the strategic process, the broad roadmap for our strategy. Now, globally, actually, I raised this issue, about why do we call it strategy? Let's call it a plan. So I think globally they're changing it. Let's call it the operations plan for 19 to 21. Broadly, our strategy is not going to change. Of course, there will be tweaking in our teams and so on, but it is a plan, and it's all coming and being developed under the leadership of Vidisha, the strategy for 19 to 21. And where is Renu? Renu is the kind of the project managing it. Where is Renu?
She's in the back.
She's in the back. Okay. So that is coming together. That's wonderful. And maybe would you like to just say a sentence about the strategy?
I think some of them have already been part of some of the sessions.
Okay. All right. And along with that, some of you may have already attended the workshops on child situational analysis. What is it called? Child rights situational analysis, CRSA. And we did one long time back, and then we didn't do it. We, of course, depended ourselves on several secondary data and report. But this is going to be a very focused CRSA. That is happening. A couple of workshops have already happened, and under the leadership of Namrata here. Is it Namrata also is here? Or?
She's here.
She's here. Okay. So that's good. That will feed into this process. And we are hoping this 19 to 21 strategic plan will be ready by September of 2018. More or less ready by July, but September is when we plan to present it to our board. So that was the other discussion we had. We also had a very important, very interesting personality who was there for the board meeting, whom we felicitated. And that is Annabelle Mehta. You know Annabelle Mehta, anybody heard? She's our partner in Mumbai. And she works in ME's ward, or the 24th ward as they call, in Mumbai. And the life expectancy in that place is 39 years old. Many of us are dead if you were living in Emmy's ward if your life expectancy is only 39? How many of you, let me see, show of hands, about 39? Put up your hands. Girls, you don't have to. Others show up.
No, girls don't have to.
Girls don't have
Yeah,
to. That's a
most
gender
senses,
basket.
yeah, just-
Because they never grow old. Okay, 39 is, I mean, that is where this woman has invested her life for more than 40 years. A British woman who actually her passion was music. She was studying at the London School of Music, an accomplished pianist. And then she suddenly changed her track and decided to go and do a development degree in London School of Economics, where she met her husband called Mr. Mehta. What Mehta? Anand Mehta. Met Anand Mehta, they came down to India, they settled down, and I first met her several years ago, and I didn't know who this lady was. And she invited me to visit this place called Apnalaya, and I went and visited. And later I found out, apart from all these wonderful things that she has done and the sacrificial time that she has invested in this project, she is also one of the most important mother-in-law of the world. Sachin Tendulkar's mother-in-law. So we felicitated her here. How many of you saw her? Did you all see her? Okay. So it was really great to spend that time with her, and she also enjoyed her interaction with the board. The board also appreciated it, and we also thought every now and then we should have one of our partners come and talk about their work. That will be significant. So we will be doing that. So that about the board, and we had the Child Rights Week. Uh, Remember Child Rights Week? When did that happen?
Somebody whispered at the back. Louder. 14th November.
14 November to, continued. Yes, it was actually last week, and last week and the week before that, right? A weekend running into. I thought our campaigns did an excellent job of engaging so many of us, as well as outsiders, as well as external people, in getting them out and what was that called? I Move for Children, right? I thought it's a wonderful idea, very simple idea, but a wonderful idea. Just put it there, and people had forgotten me on Facebook for some time, and suddenly from nowhere, 210 likes. Okay, I thought that was interesting. So use that frame. Have you all gotten off that frame? Or still there? Facebook. Anyway, the campaign was wonderful. They did a lot of other interesting things, as well as it happened across the country with different state programs having something or the other happening around it. And I would like to thank and congratulate all of them for that wonderful effort on the Child Rights Week. PMT, anything significant you want to add about PMT, which also met last week? The program management team, all the SPMs and the program leaders, as well as Bidisha and her team leaders, they were all together. So the entire program team came together, and they come together once in 3 months. Something like that, yeah, once in 3 months. So they had good deliberations. I did speak to them, and several of the SLT members also spoke to them. Anything big emerging out of that?
I think the greatest value of this was the opportunity to engage with some of the other teams. So getting to interact with the colleagues in finance and HR and our MEEE was a highlight. I think the other thing that we talked a lot about was some of the new common approaches that we might look at in our programming, as well as some projects that we're starting to look at a state operating manual and a partner management and capacity building. So lots of different things going on in the programs area.
Great, thank you.
just that I think the hit test session was the one that Radha did. Radha's not here today, on the gender equality marker.
Okay.
And I think they have more demand than supply to go to the states and do that training and to ensure that gender is really sort of embedded in not just our programs but also how we operate. So that was great.
Interesting. And as we talk, ACC is meeting in Pune. There is, and also if you know that we did some structural changes last year, and we have the campaigns team now moved out and sitting with it is called RMEE now, resource mobilization and external engagement, and advocacy and media too is sitting there. So there have been changes, but however, as I say, they're more integrated. That doesn't mean they're disintegrated here. Integrated at the state level, because all of them are under that state leadership with dotted lines, etc. But they are meeting there now, and I think they are working out the way forward yeah, on what are the opportunities out there, and as well as reviewing what has been happening. So these two meetings, we had the SOP for children on the street, I think, rolled out to 5 states as of now. And in Delhi, as well as in Maharashtra, and one more, UP. What is that specific word?
So they're looking at the implementation for identity.
Implementation for identity. I heard some kind of an interesting word there. No, okay. So that is actually.
Yeah, moving forward.
So what is the difference between, maybe then we'll be able to answer that. What's the difference between other states and,
So the SOP launch means that the state government has sort of had,
agreed to.
they've agreed to take it on, but I think for these 3 states, they are now looking at the implementation, the rollout. So the capacity building of the concerned departments had started, and they're actually starting to plan when they will have the first camps to start giving these children their Aadhaar cards or the identity numbers. So that the conversations are on in all 3 states. I actually said at the ACC meeting yesterday that whichever state does it first will get a prize.
Okay,
so
good.
Think of that.
The other good news is that from January to November, our media, the stories that you see on the various media in India, we are 45% compared to 37% of UNICEF. And UNICEF is very close to us in the last few months, actually. But we always compare where we stand as a share of voice. We are the loudest as far as children's space or children's rights space in India is concerned. That is good. Thank you to the team of led by Dave. Is Dave here?
No, he's at the ACC. He's the second seat.
Okay, all right. Okay, other good things are happening. HRIS. Okay, some very interesting stuff is happening. How many of you apply for leave on HRIS these days? Okay, that's good to know. And I still get escalations which I'm not supposed to get. They're saying to this morning, Preeti was telling me, Thomas, I don't know, it's only you who did it. But it's good, it's a culture change. We need to make sure. Last week I went, I was sick for a day, only for a day. And I tried to get in, and so 23rd of October, from morning till evening, makes it 1 day, and then constantly coming, error, the value has to be more than 0, the value has to be more than 0. I don't know what's happening. So there is some bug in that we need to clear. But the good news is that that is, catching up. Everybody is using it, or more people are using it. I would like all the states also to be using it. And the next thing on the agenda for HRIS is recruitment is getting online. They will have some efficiencies built in there, which means the TAT is going to reduce from 60 days to 12 days. Who laughed? Sonali laughed. Okay. You don't believe Sonali?
No, I'm saying it's great. I clapped the result.
Okay, by the way, Sonali was instrumental for getting HRISA. So if it doesn't work, then please ask Sonali why it's not working. Okay. Apart from that, we will also soon have all our expenses, your travel expense, etc., going through that same system. And I think by the end of the year is the plan. Right now it's under trial basis. Also, parallelly, we'll be working on the performance management system, which I'm told will be incorporated for 18-19. Yes, 18-19 goals and performance assessment will be on that. Fantastic work there. I'm happy about it. And next week is, or this week, I don't know, appreciation week. Okay, Subha is going to send you all details about that. That means you have to appreciate even if you don't like that person. But you will always find something good in somebody. Please go and appreciate it, but it will be linked to our values. If you see the value of collaboration with somebody, just give that person a hug. Is that what, Subha, how we do it? A hug and something else. You give them a card or something like that. That is coming your way. Okay? A hug is important. The human warmth. We are also starting our exercise on our budget for the coming fiscal year. Soon, I will be sending out a budget steer, within the next 4 to 5 days to the SMT and other leaders. And sorry, did I hear something? Did somebody say something?
No, it's not. Some people are trying to get water.
Okay. I thought somebody was suddenly saying something. Okay. So after that, next 2 months, you will all be involved in a budgeting exercise. And I always would like to remind you, a budgeting exercise is not a zero-based, it has to be a zero-based budgeting. It cannot be last year we spent this much, so plus or minus 5% this year. That shouldn't be what is the requirement for next year is what we should be looking at. I also visited last week, I was in Jharkhand, and it was fantastic. And I again appreciate our state people. Across things are happening. We are connecting. We are very well connecting with the government machinery there. We had the governor of the state. We also had a minister who was present, apart from the CPCR chairperson and one or two others on that stage where they were celebrating the Children's Day. So I thought it was really good that Save the Children had that space there, and I was very happy. And I delivered a fantastic speech in Hindi, which was very well appreciated and picked up by the press, and all that. Okay, I don't know why you're laughing. Okay, I think that's it.
You should give us a snippet of your Hindi speech.
That's a great idea.
I read Masjid up and huh? Mitro! Okay, I shall not go there. Okay, Shraddha comes. Any questions? Any questions you have? Any questions? Anybody? Anybody? Any questions that? Okay, I forgot one thing. Ashutosh had asked a question last time, and which he's been asking for several months. And we've answered that question this morning, so that you won't forget it. All of you saw that?
No, the mail is yet to come.
Oh, the mail is yet to go. Okay, it is about
Yet to come. It has already been sent.
Already been sent. It's in
the out box. So all India has to be through mail admin. It's in the mail admin box.
Okay, so to tell you what it is, Ashutosh's question was that there were only two people who got 5 rating, which means outstanding rating last year. What did they do special to get that? They are aspirational people, right?
3 people. 3.
3 people.
Yeah. So one is from Young Lives Project.
One is from Young Life, so we didn't write about her.
We put it there.
Yeah, okay. So we put 2 other people, and it is coming your way. Follow their footsteps. Fantastic models to emulate, and yes, that's all what I have to say. And apart from that, Ashutosh is actually traveling to London next week. So I was just telling that when I was growing up in our local newspaper, if somebody went to Bangladesh, there will be a newspaper article and a photograph. So and so is traveling to Bangladesh and all that. So London is definitely more interesting.
Thank you, sir.
Ashutosh.
We can use that TV to show his picture.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm closing here. Shraddha. Why is that that laughter is breaking out a little later? The tube line is just coming on. There is some.
So there's some bad influences in the middle of the room.
I am going to be announcing the EGGI for October 2017, and this is on behalf of Sheikh Khairul. I'm just going to try and get the person.
You're getting Sheikh Harun or you're getting the...
Open up. It's nice to put as a surprise, and they can hear the applause. Okay, I'm going to announce it. The person is picking up the phone. So the winner for October EGGI is Bipin Kumar from Bihar. So I'm going to read out the citation sent by Khairul for Bipin. Congratulations, Bipin. It is with great pleasure that I nominate a deeply committed and sincere member of Save the Children family for EGGI Award in recognition of his outstanding dedication and tireless efforts to reach every last child. Mr. Bipin Kumar is based at Bihar State Program Office and works as ACC focal point since last 4 years. He has played multifarious responsibilities during last 15 years of his association with the development sector, which is well portrayed through his command on communications, advocacy, campaigns, program coordination, networking, research, and training skills. It was a great experience to work with him during Bihar conference on DRR. He added great value and made the conference successful by managing media and communications for the event. He has also contributed on drafting the Bihar DRR roadmap. Bipin, along with his colleagues, are a crusader to consider children while drafting the DRR roadmap. He defines how the efforts of one person can truly make an event big and successful. He is a great team player, which has always been cherished by his colleagues. His jolly nature acts as a stress buster in hard times of teamwork. During his journey with Save the Children, he has been putting continuous efforts to make Bihar a better state for children through different campaign and advocacy work. He is also working to promote child rights by writing articles on different issues. Thank you for your wonderful contribution in reaching every last child and giving us the opportunity to learn from your commendable work. Again, many congratulations on your accomplishments and best wishes for your continued success. Warm regards, Sheikh Khairul. So that's the certificate and the book which is coming your way, Bipin.
No cake today. No cake. Cake.
I don't know about that.
So we didn't have any new joiners in the month of November. So I'll be announcing the birthday people, and I would request you to step forward. And at NSO we don't have any. So HR is clarified. At NSO we don't have, but we do have new joiners otherwise. So I'll be announcing the birthday guys, and I would request you to birthday people, whoever had their birthday in November, I would request them to step forward as I call their names. Pragya, I don't think she's here. Devendra, again, they're there in Pune, right? Vinod Kumar Sharma, Kritika Simlai, Farad Ali, Vinay Iyer, Narendra Singh Kachotia, Sarthak Agarwal, Debushree Mazumdar, Christian Daniel Joseph, Jason Alexander, Ruchi Munga, and Sandeep Negi. Can I please request you guys, if I have missed on any of your names, please step forward.
Otherwise,
Hey,
Vinay
Kritika,
Iyer is
aa jao.
going to finish all that cake.
Kritika, आ जाओ. Hey, Jason, तू भी. Kritika को ये भी तो बहुत पसंद है.
Where is Christian? Jason. Christian is not here.
No. महेंद्र को बुलाइए.
I know.
Hey, gender.
What is this gender? Nobody's singing for us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
One second. I didn't get a picture.
So sweet.
ये जीती है.
He's big.
Good.
It's all yours.
I had a question. You got a question? Yes. And I don't think space here belongs to anybody. Saying that when I came here, I was allotted, and so this is my permanent space. I think what seating means when you come in the morning, right, you sit there, nobody can come and dethrone you from there. And I have no problem with this space because I come early. And nobody has to
Nobody wants to sit on your space.
that may be the situation. But when I am not there, my space is also being used by other people, and you're welcome to do that. You're welcome to come in front, sit in front of me and work. Appreciate that. And I can promise that I won't distract you. So all this, we'll have to find ways to manage. Because at this point, I'm repeating, we cannot afford to hire space. There is also space people use in Delhi. There is also people who work from home. There are also people who travel. So overall, I think we should be able to find. But I'm just looking at Vivian if he has a better answer. My home is not very far. Anybody wants to have a meeting anytime, my home is there. And it's all empty. Sorry?
You don't have the timing flexibility. All of us come to office by 9:30. Because conflict, you come by 10 o'clock, you have the flexibility, and then you don't have the space as well.
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
We have a work from home policy twice in a week. Can we have a compulsory rota for everyone so that it should be managed?
That should be the decision of the line manager. It is based on work requirement. It is based on work requirement. Can I make a suggestion? I'm just going to make Raga the leader of this discussion and work along with Vivian and come out with a solution. She's got smart ideas. That is a good idea. Let people actually work from home.
Yeah, everybody doesn't get the opportunity to work.
Thank you for asking that question.